The opening salvos of the third Cornhill Test match here of the summer at Old Trafford. Much to look forward to, great anticipation, because there seems to be so little to choose between these two teams. Mark Butcher named as the 73rd captain of England, and he's here with me in the studio. We'll be chatting to him about the day later in the show. The first thing he had to get right, of course, was the toss. He was out there with Stephen Fleming. Well, Fleming got it wrong, called incorrectly. Butcher was as delighted as Fleming was disappointed, and was able to say that we will bat first. These are the teams announced by the captains. Firstly, England, Michael Atherton back at the top of the order with the new captain Butcher, Alex Stewart at 3, Graham Thorpe, Graham Hick recalled, Mark Ramprakash, Chris Reed, Andrew Caddick, Dean Headley in the side, not Alan Mullally, and 2 spinners are chosen, Peter Such and Philip Tufnell. Such recalled, he always does well, Such, when he's recalled to the side. That promises for England. Matthew Horn and Matthew Bell will open for New Zealand, as they did at Lord's. Stephen Fleming, Nathan Astle, Roger Toos, Craig McMillan, Adam Perori, Chris Cairns, Dion Nash, Chris Harris in the side for Jeff Allott. Now there's an interesting move. Harris is a batsman who bowls a bit. They've left out a specialist fast bowler, so that was most interesting. The pitch was cracked and dry. It looked as if it would be slow, and it certainly looked as if it may encourage spinners as the game went on. Unfortunately, we had an hour's delay for rain. We got going at around about midday, which was good news. At one stage it didn't look as if we'd get going that early. We're going to pick up play now, right at the start of the piece. It's the second ball of the day. Chris Cairns is bowling to Mark Butcher. In the commentary box are James Whittaker and Richie Bennett.
And just a bit of swing. And I don't think Cairns really can complain about that being called 4 wides. It didn't just go past the wicketkeeper. First one online, and not a bad one.
Well, Mark Butcher's had everything in the first over this morning. That was an absolute beauty from Chris Cairns.
Nice square drive. Not certain that's precisely where he intended it. I think he probably was aiming in front of the man at point, but it's flashed away to his right-hand side. It's a beautiful delivery. It's just done enough. Not a great deal, but just enough movement off the seam. There's another one of those, I suppose you can't say that it kept very low, but it just didn't get up. Ah, nicely taken. Very nicely taken. For one instant, I reckon he thought the keeper was going to come across to his left. Mark Butcher is gone now.
Well, he's only made Mark Butcher play on just 2 or 3 occasions this morning. But when he has, Mark's looked in trouble. And on that occasion, it's an absolute beauty of a ball. England are now 13 for 1. Mark Butcher goes for 5.
Alex Stewart is the new batsman. More on to the total end. Poor Perore. No way in the world he could have got across to that.
Oh, beautifully bowled. Good change of length there. He had Atherton hovering on the back foot round about the crease line. Beat him neck and crop. That was a very, very good maiden over. It's the best over of the morning. Bounce there. Now that is tough here on Nort. You've seen the fella the other end get one that's hit the bottom of the bat. There's a little rueful smile from Alex Stewart, and that one has leapt on him. leg byes. 4 of them confirmed by David Shepherd. So England advanced to 21 for 1. Captain, but not a run scorer today. Big round of applause here at Old Trafford. Reached the first runs off the bat for quite some time. 42 balls, in fact.
Well, there's an illustration. One's at the bottom of the edge and gone for 4, and that one's got him on the gloves again. In fact, it might have got a bit above that even. It has leapt up with one of those mosaic-looking pieces on the pitch.
Let's look at the lack of bounce here and the difference in technique. And a little bit of bounce from Dion Nash, but very short indeed. Well, has Alex Stewart finally broken the shackles? That's the big thing, and it appears he has. Genuine leg glance. Cairns perhaps doesn't agree with it. He's not happy about the decision, but Stewart will take them nonetheless. Well, smash that. That's a shot of authority. Absolutely no question about what that came off. Edge and down.
It's over time.
Nathan Astell puts it down. It carried low. And the heads are down in the New Zealand camp.
Beautiful length. Really had him going forward. And did it carry? Probably just got to Astell's fingers. Look at the reaction from Chris Cairns. He'd just been hit for 2 fours. He was desperate for that wicket.
There's that very good slow ball. This time Alex Stewart has picked it. Just fractionally over-pitched. To give you an idea of the pace of the ball going across the outfield. Batsman ran 4 there. Just done enough to go past the outside edge and missed the off stump by a couple of whiskers. That I've ever seen on television Atherton say anything to anyone.
He kind of says it with his eyes, Richie. And a glare, perhaps.
That's very well bowled. The outfield has been affected by the overnight rain.
Only handy 3 runs.
Didn't quite get it. Roger Toos is the chaser. I'll just have the 3. Stewart plays that shot very well. There it is. I can guarantee you that the batsman thought that was coming at his throat. It's a beautiful out-curve drop, or out-curve drop style delivery. It looked as though it might have been inside edge on the pad. Now the question for the RBW here is if he's not playing a shot, then that's one part of it that comes in. Is he outside the line of off stump? Doesn't look so there. Is it a bit high? Up for England, just the loss of Mark Butcher.
Little thin edge it is too. Stewart has gone this time. Dion Nash has done it.
Talk about the footwork. It was a little bit devoid there of any action. That is the reason that he went fishing, Alex Stewart, and he caught enough. Go for 23, it's 54 for 2.
Graham Thorpe is taking guard. Very decent appeal. May not have swung back quite enough.
Dion Nash has probably said to someone behind the wicket what was wrong with that. Perhaps saying, well, you didn't give me too much support maybe from behind.
Swing. Whether there might have been a little thin edge on that or what happened, but goodness me, it would have been close if not.
Well, it's a muffled appeal. Mark suggests to me there was 2 sounds inside edge onto pad. Very, very close. Great umpire, David Shepherd.
And after that little drama came the rain, and when it came, it really came. I'm afraid to say, so much so that one of the ground staff here at Old Trafford got stuck under the covers. That was disappointing because there was quite a long delay then. 56 for 2 England at the time. Thorpe having problems, unbeaten with just a single. Atherton had fought to goodness, he really had, not out 11 at that stage. The New Zealand bowlers, a wicket each for Cairns and Nash, who really have been hugely impressive, both at Lord's and here again at Old Trafford. They gave England absolutely nothing, really nothing short, and nothing for Atherton off his legs either. So credit to them. We'll take a break and see you back here. 29 overs were lost. That was disappointing for what was a reasonable crowd. I'd say just over half full at Old Trafford. We'll pick up play with the score still at 56 for 2 when the players came back onto the field. It's Dion Nash bowling to Graham Thorpe, and it's Barry Richards and Richie Benaud commentating.
And that's an area where New Zealand attack him, and so far they've attacked him successfully. It was off a thickish outside edge. That's beautifully bowled. That is a great leg cutter. And it's done for the number 2 batsman in the England side, Michael Atherton. He played it a lot early on and failed to get a touch. That one was a very, very loud appeal.
Perfect delivery, just drew him into the shot. Didn't quite get far enough forward, Mike Atherton. But that's a wonderful delivery from Chris Cairns. He's been looking for that length all the way through. He had Alex Stewart dropped, and now he's got Mike Atherton. So very good bowling, 60 for 3.
New batsman Graham Hick. What about the slower ball, first ball?
Oh, did that come off the edge? They're uncertain as to whether to get a run, and they had to hurry, but Thorpe's there. Oh, it didn't touch anything at all. It's just hit the wicket and gone away as it's past the batsman.
Nice way to get off the mark. a lovely feeling when you get a short one and then you don't even bother to run. You just tap the pitch down a couple of times and look up at the bowler. Well, it's a struggle out there for Graham Thorpe.
Just looking at the subtle variations of Chris Cairns, this is a normal speed delivery bowled to Graham Thorpe. You can't see much difference in his slower ball in the quick motion. That's his slower ball. But have a look at the difference in the release of the two balls. On the left is the quicker ball, on the right the slower ball, and he just cuts his fingers across the one on the right. And that is the one that is the slower ball, and you can see the trajectory of it as well is much, much higher.
That's well bowled. That's that same delivery that almost got through Hick in the last over. Just got the inside edge and jagged back onto the pad. That's one that's pushed in from outside off stump.
Very good change of pace. Just up the pace a little bit. You see how late Hick is on this ball. He's saving grace as he plays it right underneath his eyes, and that's a good lesson for anybody. 83.
Could be going down leg side. There's not much in it.
Just.
If you look at the red zone of that delivery, it's pitched well outside off stump.
With the angle probably just going down the leg side, there's just an element of doubt for the umpire.
It was a good effort down there, but still went for 4.
Here's Chris Cairns. It's the second or third time he's tried the slower ball. It deceived Thorpe at Lord's, did him all ends up. And Thorpe looks mighty pleased with himself when he deals with it, as well he might.
On each occasion it's been right on target. It's the skill from the bowler. It's been well counted.
Lovely stroke. One positive movement to the ball and then a swing of a straight bat through its line. That's why that worked. He didn't walk after the ball as he's tended to do at times in this innings. Clever bowling, got him.
He's a very tall man, Graham Hick, and he gets himself in all sorts of bother here with his footwork. He looks to go forward, then he goes nowhere. It's angling down leg side, I've got to say. It hit him on the full, it hit him on the back leg. They were the determining features for Russell Tiffin. It's 83 for 4.
Mark Ramprakash arrives at the crease for England, with England in some trouble. A delicate stroke. Probably saved from crossing the boundary rope by Roger Toots.
That's what you want if you haven't been in particularly good form, something round about leg stump.
Billy! Oh, nice. Zinger.
A very good example of Graham Thorpe being very watchful, eyes on the ball.
Well, that's quite a neat stroke. Very much intended. And once again, a single run save there with the slide and the gathering in. Oh, now that'll be an interesting one for Russell B. Tiffin.
Didn't appear to be too interested, Mr. Russell Tiffin.
We just had the feeling that Stephen Fleming might have had a case here. Indeed. I'd suggest that our initial thought with the naked eye might have been correct, that it was off pad and then onto the front of the glove. And it's no wonder Fleming was mildly excited out there. Well, Perroy's asking for a catch, but I think it either missed completely or it might have flicked the pad on the way through. It took it away a long way down the leg side.
Undermoved. A lot of flight on this delivery. Graham Thorpe's just caught in two minds. Looking to come down the wicket initially just to push it through the mid-wicket area.
Up for England. That's a long chase, should be 3. And once again, that very good slide has kept them down to 2. Now that ball's gone within 20 yards of the boundary.
Well, there's a big shout here, a huge shout, and Thorpe's on his way. Short leg has come into play, young Matthew Bell. He's got the safe pair of hands, and Vettori has broken through.
He's given the ball plenty of air, and this one just turning back in to Graham Thorpe. He squeezes it onto his pad. It's gone quite quickly to Matthew Bell. They're never easy at short leg. The fingers raised, and that's very bad news for England. Graham Thorpe's gone for 27. England now 104 for 5.
The appearance at Old Trafford of Dean Headley. All but sneaks through on this occasion. It's the thing you'd have to say about the New Zealand bowling attack today, and at Lord's, I guess, to a certain extent, is that new bowlers have been right on the mark. There's been no loosening up. There's been no, here, have a half volley or a full toss to get yourself settled. They've been testing.
Yeah, nice, Dan.
Little fumble here, and they'll get back for 2.
Only one more run was added before the close of play at 7 o'clock. 108 for 5 England. Mark Ramprakash unbeaten with 12. Dean Headley unbeaten with a single. Nobody really got going, though plenty of England players fought hard today. 2 wickets for Chris Cairns, 2 for Dion Nash. They bowled excellently. And a wicket there for Daniel Vettori, who was very tidy. He really is an improving bowler. After have been added to the overnight score, it's Daniel Vettori bowling to Mark Ramprakash, commentators Ian Smith and Richie Bennett.
Oh! Good ball, Danny boy.
Well, there's a shot that gives the bowlers and the fielders a little bit of hope. First up, he's tried to lap this against the spin from outside off stump.
I think we might see on the replay that was just about a square cut of the front foot. Not quite, but it certainly wasn't your authentic rocking onto the back foot job.
Slow ball, beautifully bowled. Seems to get it on target almost every time these days, Chris Cairns. The thing to look for here is the way it leaves the hand. It's not the seam-up delivery, rolls his fingers across it. It's an off-spinner, basically, but it's one that dips very quickly.
Yeah, then these last 2 balls will be exercising Fleming's mind. That's a low job. Headley doesn't mind the thought of facing Vettori. It's rather a delicate little sweep. No third man. Fast outfield today. They would have got about 3 parts of the way to the boundary yesterday after the overnight rain on Wednesday night.
It's not a bad appeal. It's maybe drifting down leg side. It was so full, it won't have had that much further to travel. Oh, I say, that's mighty close. That ball held its line.
Well, Mark Ramprakash is now facing Daniel Vettori from the Stretford Road end, where last night he bowled an excellent spell of 10 overs. And already this morning, switching back from the Warwick Road end, he's got the ball to turn a great deal more.
Very fine cricket from Mark Ramprakash. A, the running between the wickets, which was very certain, always on for 2, and he knew it. But B, the control of the stroke. Harris has got a wicket. It looked just so soft. Nobody on the ground couldn't really believe it. There's silence around Old Trafford. There isn't silence out in the middle. That is just the job. It means that a new batsman will be in when the new ball becomes available.
Well, that's just what the silly point's there for. Dean Headley, well, he's played pretty straight. England at 133 for 6, and Dean Headley goes for 18.
Chris Reed is taking guard for England. It was a nice bit of bowling from Harris that got rid of Dean Headley. There was some extra bounce. Doesn't have too many test wickets to his name, Chris Harris. Oh, bowled him. He's got 2 in and over now. That has put a different complexion on the morning.
Well, in the last ball of the over, Chris Harris has done it again, the double strike. Caught the inside edge and straight onto the stumps. Chris Reed goes for naught, and England now deep in trouble at 133 for 7.
Andrew Caddick makes his way to the crease. See what our analyst Simon Hughes has made of it all.
I'm just having a little look here at the 2 different deliveries of Chris Harris that have taken the 2 wickets. The one on the left is his leg roller, and the one on his right is the quicker ball. And the leg roller just comes out of the side of the hand and is much slower than the one on the right, which is his quicker ball, which did for Chris Reed. And you'll see the one on the left just spinning out of Chris Harris's hands. And the one on the right, much quicker, goes straight through Chris Reed's defences, wasn't expecting it at all, and clean bowled him.
Catch it! Oh!
Acrobatic work, Matthew Bell at short leg. Don't think there was a touch on the bat.
Daniel Vettori is improving day by day. It's a good try in the end.
He's played a couple of very useful little paddle sweep shots, and they've been productive for him. So far, using his feet hasn't proved productive. But it has now. 1 bounce 4. Ramprakash goes high and mighty over long off. And it's gone all the way for 6. Andy Caddick full of confidence with the bat at the moment. And he's got the quicker ball away as well. This is going all the way down to the 3rd man boundary.
And that's the 150 up for England. Chris Cairns has taken the new ball. 2 slips and a gully in place. Caddick's got him away. Great bit of fielding. This could be close. And they've gone for the third umpire. Roger Too's palmed it back to Chris Harris. He lost his sunglasses in the process. A beautiful throw through on the turn of Perori. Caddick was always struggling. And there you can see he's short by a foot. Great work by the New Zealand fielders. Andy Caddick's on his way. England 152 for 8. Peter Such, new batsman for England. That's a great shot. Cairns has gone for the bouncer, and Ram Prakash has given it what it deserved.
He was definitely expecting it. In 2 balls to go, and he was expecting the bouncer.
1 ball to go. You're looking for a single now. Or a boundary. Great shot through extra cover. 8 runs off the last 2 balls.
That very good slower ball again. Beautifully bowled. There it goes out of the top of the fingers and under the bat. How did it miss is the question. Oh, good throw, and it must have been gone.
Just needed to steady himself a little bit more, Cairns, and he's thrown it way off target. Look where Perori's had to go. Such was miles out.
Well, it was one of those, it's landed in the middle of 3 players.
Well, it was a perfect chip between 3 players. You always leave it for the man coming in. He had a long way to go. He was always in trouble. He was always going to end up just a little bit short. The bowler would have had to be running backwards, coming over his shoulder. That would have been difficult as well.
That was just a moment or so before lunch. 3 runs were added to take us to 169 for 8. Ram Prakash unbeaten with 42. He was fighting very hard and just began to blossom with 1 or 2 fine attacking strokes. And Peter Such was doing a tremendous job. No score, but hanging on in there in support of his batting partner. We're taking a very 9 for 8. We're going to pick up play immediately after lunch. It's Chris Cairns bowling to Mark Ram Prakash, and it's Dermot Reeve in the commentary box with Richie Bannock.
Play.
Looking for 2. Need to be quick. Peter Such is the danger man. But he's going to do it. Not by much. Just a yard or so. Take 2 now. .50 for Mark Ram Prakash. That's a good knock. Came in yesterday afternoon when things may not have been completely dire, but they were pushing up towards it. And he's been given excellent support there from Peter Such, who's not yet off the mark, but has hung in there for exactly an hour.
Well, this was very close. A very good bouncer. This is a slow wicket. And it struck Ram Prakash on the helmet. It went straight up, came down, just missed leg stump.
Oh. Kept low.
skidded through low. And with my eyes, that's flattening middle and leg.
That's an absolute beauty. Not all that quick. He slowed it down by cutting his fingers over the top of the ball. And it's turned out to be a big leg cutter. Only 80 miles an hour, but that'd be the reason it was a bit slower.
Catch it!
Well, he's walked. Must have been inside edge. Looked like a full toss.
Put onto the inside edge. Matthew Bell, the delighted catcher. Peter Such is getting as big a cheer as anyone's got today. Plenty of smiles. In the end, he's actually gone for naught. But it's been a very good partnership with Mark Ramprakash. England 183 for 9.
The new batsman is Phil Tufnell, and that is a tremendous ovation. He's already something of a cult hero in English cricket. That's an example of timing the ball.
It's a good piece of fielding in the end too.
He's hit that terrifically hard. Racking stroke.
Yes, he's got his eye in now, Ramprakash. That really was a wonderful shot.
Brilliant batting. Such conviction in the stroke.
It's amazing with situations like this, it brings out the best in some players. It really makes them go after the bowling.
Total of 46 has been put on since Such came to the crease. And not one of those runs has been scored by the other batsmen. They've all been scored by Ramprakash, other than 4 extras. Couldn't be better if you're an England supporter, as the crowd are telling us. And now 199 for 9. It also brings Wazim Akram and Ian Smith to the commentary box.
And it brings the end of Philip Tufnell. Just like that. Little outside edge, low to second slip, and Astle this time around hangs on to it.
It was just like that as well, almost predicted by Ian Smith. He said, when I come into my commentary seat, I'll get this wicket, and sure enough, Tufnell went. Ramprakash finished unbeaten with 69. That was a splendid effort. It was a sticky and difficult start for him, but he played quite beautifully at the end of the innings. And a great effort, I thought, from Peter Such. He hung around for that naught. It may sound ridiculous, but goodness, he did well. And would you believe it, he got a standing ovation from the crowd at Old Trafford, at least a percentage of them, who were delighted to see such guts down the order. And well done, Phil Tufnell, too. That was valuable. The New Zealanders, 2 for Cairns, 3 for Nash, 2 wickets for Daniel Vettori. Valuable effort from him, 25 overs, 7 maidens, 2 for 35, and 8 overs, 4 maidens, 2 for 16 from Chris Harris. So congratulations to Stephen Fleming for picking him in the team. In the show. What we're going to do now is join New Zealand at the start of their innings. There's no score on the board as yet. It's the second over. Dean Headley is bowling to Matthew Bell. It's Ian Smith and Wazim Akram in the commentary box.
As a fast bowler point of view concerned, bowling bounces on this wicket is very crucial, because for batsmen it's very difficult to leave a ball. He had to play and he doesn't know exact which length it's going to come up to.
Oh, this technique baffles me. It'll thrill the bowler. It makes them look fearsome when you start taking them on the body in the first over, particularly if it's going to hurt. Well, that is the line. Beaten neck and crop.
Look at this pitch, right middle. He had to play that.
Edge, and goodness me, Graham Thorpe has put it down. Magnificent piece of bowling goes unrewarded.
Awkward bounce, and it was definitely an awkward height. He didn't know what to do there.
Take that. Not perfectly timed, but well enough. First boundary of the New Zealand innings.
Very good stroke. Not too worried too much about the feet, just gave it a good swing of the bat and timed it even better than the 4 he hit a moment or so ago. Oh, well, he's got away with it again. That is a terrific bit of bowling from Dean Headley. Horn is riding his fortune.
And Matthew Horn got a brilliant ball from Andrew Caddick the last over, and now Dean Headley's got one to rear off a length.
Well fielded. Very well done. There's great improvement in Peter Such's fielding, and it's come through sheer hard work. Good chase from England's captain, Mark Butcher. Very clever batting. Just flicked his wrist through the line of the ball. Got away with it, and it'll earn him 4. Well, you need a bit of luck as an opening batsman, and New Zealand are certainly having a bit of luck. Drop chance, one wide of slip, one over second slip. There's a huge gap between a squarish extra cover and an orthodox mid-off. Tufnell is tossing the ball up high outside off stump with 4 fielders on the leg side.
Short again. This will be a challenge for Peter Such, one he cannot match.
They've got to be a little bit patient here. Just think it out, England. And I think that's what Mark Butcher is saying to Andy Caddick now. We've got all the fielders on the offside. You just cannot afford to spray down the leg side. If you're going to bowl there, we've got to bowl to a different plan.
Horn 39, Bell 5. New Zealand 46 without loss. They're in pursuit of 199, England's first innings effort. There's a big shout from Andy Caddick, and behind the wicket, the shout from Caddick was very late, and I think we'll see why.
Going down. Very good shout and a very good length to bowl, but I think it was just slanting down the leg side. Gets nice and close, Andy Caddick. And have a look. Oh, that's moved off the seam. I think it would have gone down the leg side.
Bowled in. Beautiful piece of bowling. No doubt about where that one was going. Completely deceived. Caddick has struck for England again.
Well, we talked about bowling full up, and now he's got the dividends by bowling full up. I'm lucky to have him dropped a little early on, but this is a very good Yorker speared right in. It's just hit the pads on the way through. It deflected onto the middle stump, but he defeated his batsman, Andy Caddick.
Credit to Andrew Caddick for that super Yorker, and great credit to Matthew Horn for playing his strokes and giving New Zealand that flying start. They really do look full of confidence. 46 for 1 at that stage. New Zealand still low, 153 runs behind England. We're taking another reaction. 3 runs have been added, 49 for 1 now, New Zealand. It's Phil Tufnell to Stephen Fleming, the skipper of New Zealand, and Barry Richards and Ian Smith, the commentator.
Gets away from Reid. David Shepherd will confirm if there's some form of contact for us. Leg by, so New Zealand have 50 on the board. Here goes the aerial route. Good shot in front of square. Big points victory there for the batting side. Once again, Caddick has a big shout. Take a look at this one again. Russell Tiffin took a good long look at it, I've got to say.
Well, he's given that as runs. I can't believe that. This is very close to being LBW, and you'd be most disappointed if that's not given out.
Fabulous shot. Unquestionably the shot of the match for me. Ramprakash played some good ones earlier today, but a back foot drive straight down the ground on this pitch is dreamy stuff. Well, it might not have done enough, and David Shepherd had to give it a long look.
Just pitched outside. Good shout.
Now then, has it forced the error? Not quite, but good cricket. Well, it doesn't matter what level of the game you play, you'll find that most batsmen will smack those for 4.
It was a good effort to get there, but he simply couldn't cling on to it. Andy Caddick has bowled quite a few overs for England, 11, split only by the tea interval. There's another one of those shots straight down the ground. Beautifully played.
Well, this is another great shot. Peter Such over pitching. Stephen Fleming, he's been in very positive mode out there. Well, there was a bit of a shout here. One of the close catchers was interested. Stephen Fleming looks to have just got a tickle on that.
We can show you that catch which I think is off the face of the bat, just there. And it certainly looks as though there was ball on wood. Matthew Bell is on 23. It's a 50 partnership between these two. That's a beauty.
England actually brought up 100 in their innings in 50 overs. And the New Zealanders have bettered that by 20 overs.
quite an action replay, but as close as you can get.
Well, the first off drive kept Phil Tufnell interested for a second. He had to turn and chase it. This time he's left it to mid-on to chase the ball. He never moved. Lovely straight bat by Stephen Fleming.
Well, Headley was convinced that that got through and hit him on the foot.
Once again, to show what a great decision this is. Striking the foot outside the line of off stump.
Big shout here, pressure on Russell Tiffin, he's given it. The New Zealand captain pushing forward, he doesn't like it, but he's got to go.
On this occasion, umpire Russell Tiffin has adjudged that Stephen Fleming, the New Zealand captain, is well in front of his wickets. Well bowled Peter Such. New Zealand now 110 for 2.
Nathan Astle is the new player for New Zealand. Well, once again, pressure goes on. That was a very, very strange shot from Astle. What we will see here is that it was not orthodox shot, but it did strike him outside the line of off stump. Manages to hit a half volley down the ground for 4. Short, and that's gone through point. May be the last over. Nathan Astle will not hold back. Beautifully bowled.
Well bowled, Jack. Great work, buddy.
Well, that'll plant a seed for tomorrow, for Astle, for Tufnell, for Reid, for all of us.
When Phil Tufnell, in 5 or so minutes, is sat back comfortably in his chair in the dressing room, he'll be pleased with that. That'll give him some heart for tomorrow.
Beautifully bowled. The one that didn't turn, just gone on with the arm.
Matthew Bells is seeing the ball coming into him. On this occasion, Peter Such has just held it up and gone on with the arm.
Yes, a bit of help for the spinners at the end of the day. 128 for 2 it finished, with Matthew Bell unbeaten with 31. That was a good fighting effort from a gutsy young player. And Nathan Astle, as ever, chancing his arm, but he's unbeaten with 10. He's highly entertaining. Horn did very well for that 39. And Stephen Fleming, prime stuff before he got that LBW decision. A wicket for Andrew Caddick, 1 for Peter Such as well. He was tidy, 10 overs, 4 maidens, 1 for 16 from him. None as yet for either Dean Headley or Phil Tufnell. That is the state of the game overnight. New Zealand 71 runs behind England, and the thing is very nicely said if England can get some breakthroughs in the morning. New Zealand, though, are presently playing. Caddick is bowling tonight. Nathan Astle and Ian Smith and Barry Richards are our commentators.
Beautifully timed from Nathan Astle. Little half volley, one you dream of overnight, and you put it away.
Yes, he hasn't missed out. See Caddick just straying, and that's beautifully whipped away.
Oh, that's beautifully played. Goodness me. If that's a taste of what we're going to see today, we're for some fun up here.
Classic. Great shot. It really is. Hasn't tried to hit it too hard. Just on the up and beautifully struck.
Well, this is beautifully placed once again. Sensible batting. Well, I've spent some time in the nets this morning. The New Zealanders' play was perhaps started a little sooner than some of them expected.
And you see that gap between Alex Stewart and Graham Hickett slip And if Astle just angles his bat trying to get it down to third man, that gives Carrick the opportunity of just moving it away off the seam, and maybe those slips will come into play.
Or it may go past them. The other thing by having that kind of field is that you haven't got a gully either in a catching position to a guy who likes to play freely outside off stump. Good shot here. Sweet shot from Bell. It wasn't going over the top. The question is, where did it strike him?
Yes, I know, and a lot of umpires would have given him out for the shot in the old days. There were certain umpires who didn't play this shot. Perhaps the good stride that he got in just saved him. He might have just got outside the line, and I think that's what Russell Tiffin had a little bit of doubt in his mind.
Never possible to have enough fielders out there which have just taken a man away from leg slip. And, seeing the ball fly there off an unintended stroke. 150 for 2. O's from everyone. Peter Such, the wicket-keeper, the slip, the captain, and from the batsman himself, I think.
Well, Nathan Astle got away with this last night, a similar sort of shot, but here again, Matthew Bell's tried to play the cut shot. Very fortunate that didn't ball ricochet onto his off stump.
Just in the slot. Couldn't ask for any more. If you're waiting on something to smash away through extra cover, the half volley outside off stump will do the trick. That has gone many a mile. He's just waited on that. He's a good striker of the ball, Nathan Astle.
Well, this is really against the run of play this morning. Nathan Astle here has broken the shackles.
Half-century partnership.
Well, there were shouts of catch it. Top edge from Matthew Bell.
Nowadays you see this shot, every second batsman play this in Test cricket or even in one day.
Oh, that one really has turned. That's the first one this morning that has really bit into this pitch. It was a quicker ball as well from Phil Tufnell. It's a beautiful shot. Nathan Astle, great use of the feet. Got right down to the pitch and he's launched Peter Such high over long on.
His timing has been immaculate in this shot. Look at it. Eye on the ball till the last minute. Middled it.
That was good bowling by Peter Such. Just held that one back. He was very quick getting back. Came down. Looking initially to hit the ball over the top. Had to retreat quickly. He's got this one away. Proving an expensive over for Peter Such and for England. And they're back for 3. Mark Ramprakash has been busy with the helmet going on and off all morning. And that's nearly killed him. That's what you call a rank long hop loosener. Half century at test level. Really got hold of that. He used the crease well. He got right back on his stumps. It's gone straight through Mike Atherton at extra cover. And another boundary to Matthew Bell.
It was definitely a wide ball. Hit me for 4.
No one patrolling behind point. Peter Such is in pursuit. They have their first run since lunch. And, just the 3. Thinking very seriously about the 4th. Such did well.
Peter Such did very well on that occasion.
Good running.
Yes, Cat. Go, Ran.
Bell calls through. Astle responds, and that's his 50. His first Test 50 on English soil.
First Test 50 on English soil. And the 8th time in Test cricket he's passed 50. And well played to Nathan Astle.
It's a good shot. Stewart can't cut it off.
Just a gentle nudge, square of the wicket. Just 3 more for Matthew Bell. It brings up the 200 for New Zealand, 200 for 2.
Which gives them a lead.
Get there, Dino.
Have a look for 2 here. Headley is the fielder, and they'll get them. Now they'll look for 2 here. They don't have to bother. It's going to beat Tufnell with ease. And that brings up the 100 partnership for the 3rd wicket. Oh, good shot. But you can't save it at cover. As a result of the Stewart chase.
He's gone for it, and he's got hold of it. There's no man out there at deep mid-wicket, and if there was, it wouldn't matter. It's gone all the way for 6. Terrific shot by Nathan Astle.
It's a clever stroke, but he doesn't try to hit it too hard. The control is good. He stays low on the ball and stays down with the stroke. Sometimes people try to give that real welly, and as they come up with the shot, they mistime it.
That was a good one.
Was a good one. That if you're going to bowl a bouncer, ideally you sort of wanted a roundabout throat high. Beauty. That's a touch of in-swing, but it's the perfect Yorker. And it's only because the batsman is in and set that he dealt with it so well. But that's the best of Dean Headley. That's why he picks up a lot of hat-tricks. He's been hugely successful for Kent, spearing it in.
More runs here for Matthew Bell.
Yes, Dino. Yes, yeah.
They're going to have to be quick for 3 here. And Bell is quick. Good fielding by Dean Headley. And that's gone all the way.
That is trademark Nathan Aspel. He's finding his form here to devastating effect.
Well fielded by Alex Stewart. And struck again, Nathan Astle.
A wonderful stroke. Could hardly have been placed with more precision. It went past the emergency fielder and went wide of the man at mid-off.
Lovely flow of the bat.
Very much the tone of the day there. 2¼ hours play until the mid-afternoon drinks break. 118 runs in that time from New Zealand. They didn't lose a wicket. Bell unbeaten with 76. Astle with 80. He is playing well. He has truly recovered his form. Just a run added to take it to 2 for 6 for 2 at that drinks break. Caddick has picked up just the 1 wicket, and Such the 1 wicket. It's been hard toil. 24 overs for Tufnell, 21 for Such. Everybody thought the pitch would spin. When it has, it's turned slowly and certainly hasn't spun as much as people thought. There's the situation then at around about the midpoint in this third day. New Zealand are 47 runs ahead. It's 246 for 2. We'll pick it up again with Peter Such bowling to Nathan Astle. Commentating are Barry Richards and Richie Benaud.
That's the first real bounce we've seen. It's the overspinner from Peter Such.
Oh, and that's beautifully bowled. The quicker one followed by one that's really flighted up, and he's put a lot of purchase on that and got some spin. It almost crept through. So the new ball arrives.
You're seeing them pretty well when you can do that. New ball comes on, you're expecting extra bounce. It zoots not quite along the turf, but just about, and you still get it pretty much in the middle of the bat. So that's the New Zealand 250, and it's a record third wicket partnership for New Zealand at Old Trafford. Also, a record partnership for any wicket by New Zealand in England.
That is the best partnership by any New Zealand pair at Old Trafford. It's Martin Crowe and Adam Perore on the 94 tour. Put it down. At least we think he put it down. Now, is there going to be a signal from the umpire? He did put it down. Reid was running backwards, found it difficult to get himself set or balanced, grasped at it with the fingertips and couldn't hold it. Lovely stroke. Just seemed to lean on it. He picked the gap at mid-wicket quite perfect. Partnership of 150 between these two. It's come in good time, and it's been most enjoyable to watch. He's out now. There is a huge roar around Old Trafford as England pick up the first wicket of the day.
Again, you've seen the short ball outside off stump. Misjudged it. Went sort of straight to Adders. Too easy for Michael Atherton. Eye on the ball till the last minute. Matthew Bell played very well for AC3.
And the score's 263 to 3. New batsman is Roger Toos. Good bit of timing if you've only just come in, but it is in the slot that Roger Toos likes. Much happier being on the back foot than the front foot. And he picks up 3 more because his game's in such good order, he can just push it into the space. Oh, Philip.
And this was a perfect shot of a length ball. He just punched it.
He's had to think about a few, has umpire Shepherd, and they've often been when that man Dean Headley has been asking him the question.
My first reaction was it was a bit high.
Nicely done. Now this ought to be 3. In fact, it might go all the way to the boundary for 4. It does, and it gives Nathan Astill 100. That is a super innings. Should be out. Is out. Good catch. Very good catch. Clever cricket from Andrew Caddick. Extraordinary couple of minutes of emotions for Nathan Astill.
He was trying to pull every second ball about for 10 minutes, and suddenly he edged one. Good catch in the end by Peter Such.
It was a good catch. When you're falling forward, they're doubly difficult. 101 for Nathan Astill. It's 280 for 4. Craig McMillan is the new batsman for New Zealand.
Well, that wasn't too far away from leg stump.
He's done that a few times, Roger Toos. He gets a very long way across. He gives a little jump just before the bowler delivers, and it puts him in line with off stump. Watch how he jumps across there, and that's not far away.
That's a good shot. That's Toos' second boundary. Down to third man. Very quick onto anything short and wide.
Yes, it's the bread and butter ball for a lot of left-handers, especially Roger Toos. He loves them in that area.
Well, that's a quick ball. That's a good afternoon, Craig McMillan from Andy Caddick.
83 miles an hour, that's still fairly quick. Russell Tiffin has eventually given leg bars. And that's just come off the arm guard. No love lost between some of the Kiwis and Andy Caddick. Very competitive man. Lovely bouncer. A couple of deliveries ago. Right in an area where it makes it difficult. Good morning, Craig, or rather good afternoon. I'm not sure it was that, but certainly a little exchange. No one's backing off.
Well, he's off the mark now. Caddick over pitching, and it's going all the way to the rope.
It's a great shot to get off the mark. Superb timing. It's not all that bad a delivery. It's just perhaps drifted in a fraction. The timing of Craig McMillan and the placement. Look how that races away.
It really does generate power from a short backlift. Crashed Andy Caddick through mid-off.
Wow, what a greeting that is. What's this little backlift? It's not very high by modern standards, but good acceleration, nice use of the wrists.
Great stop. He looks in a bit of trouble though, Mark Butcher.
It's the shoulder. He's done the shoulder somehow. He's not happy. Perhaps, oh, he's moving it, so that's a good sign.
That's a nice shot. They're pushing for two, and they'll get it.
.300 up for New Zealand. Lead just over 100 now. Very comfortable position.
And just 2 more runs were added to take us up to the tea break on the 3rd day at Old Trafford. A splendid performance from both Nathan Astle, who made a lovely 100, and from Matthew Bell, who showed that he is not to be trifled with. He is a resilient character, and he's done a very good job for his side. The England bowlers, they toiled away. Caddick bowled well through the afternoon, 2 for 74 from him. Hard work for Dean Headley, 1 for 93, 1 for 43 from Peter Such, and no joy for any of the others. There it is then, 199 England, 302 for 4 New Zealand at tea, and it's 103 runs that New Zealand lead by. That is a very strong position. We'll take a short break now, and when we come back we'll have a look at that final session of play here at Old Trafford today. Welcome back to Today at the Test. For those of you waiting for Brookside, let me assure you that it follows us at 5 minutes past 9, so hang on to your patience if you can. Right, we're going to get back into the action here at Old Trafford this afternoon. We're going to pick up play with just 1 run added. It's 303 for 4. It's Peter Such to Roger Twos, and it's James Whittaker and Barry Richards commentating.
And there's an ask. Not by the wicketkeeper, though. He was off trying to prevent the single. Peter Such was quite keen on it.
Well, Roger Twos has also played the sweep shot on this occasion.
And that's up in the air and over the top. And it might have gone all the way. And it has. And that's a top edge, but he swung very, very hard. And that's a little bit unlucky for the bowler. Clean over the wicketkeeper's head. And more runs here. Such is not the quickest in the field, and they've taken 1 on the arm. He really hasn't had any luck at all, Peter Such, with that one that goes on with the arm. Astle played and missed it quite a few. Now it's McMillan's turn. Oh, and that's a lot closer. Everybody's gone up this time. Good stride in for Roger Twos, but he's playing with fire.
He has deemed that this would not go on hit the wicket. As you can see with our red zone, a very, very close call.
Now that is close, much closer, and that's out. Toos is not happy, but that to me looked a lot closer.
Well, it's been a patient build-up. Peter Such has thoroughly deserved this wicket. He's pegged away for the last 20 minutes. Roger Toos. Unlike the previous over, umpire Russell Tiffin has judged this ball to be hitting off stump.
Lots of pressure from the two bowlers in the last half a dozen overs, and that's the result of it. Roger Toos on his way. It's 321 for 5. New batsman Adam Perori.
Just drifted toward leg stump. Good shot by Adam Perori. 4 runs, he middled it. They all are looking confident, all of them. Knowing that they can bat till number 11. Daniel Vettori is batting in number 11 today. Andrew Carrick bowling his 25th over of this inning.
Come on, Sajid.
This is a beautiful shot by Adam Perori. This was pitched little off stump, bit full. He's playing positive.
It was beautifully bowled, and for a moment not only was the ball going towards the ground, but the bowler and the captain's hearts would have been jumping skyward. Lovely piece of bowling by Peter Such. He's held it back. It's dropped sharply. The batsman's gone for the drive and hasn't been quite over it. And Butcher has got it, dropped it, got it, and then allows himself the luxury of, well, it's a very relieved smile. Adam Perori, the man out for 10, 331 for 6. New batsman Chris Cairns. That has gone a long way. He has picked it up. It was beautifully judged. Footwork was excellent.
Shout, knowing he didn't offer a shot.
That's a good swift delivery. It's just taken him by surprise. I think from that it must have hit his bat, otherwise it'd have been out of BW, and it's bounced just short of Reed. Need the replay to decide. We're at the back of the action here. Same place, same result. Now 12 runs. The spectators on the other side of the ground of any enjoyment. He's belted 2 over long on. That one's gone over long off. 350 for 6 now.
He didn't get that exactly perfectly, I don't think, Craig McMillan. The trajectory was a little bit flatter. The end result was the same. 6 more.
I've just been watching Peter Such bowl, and he bowls at about 51 or 52 miles an hour every single ball, and I think that's why he's been quite easy to strike. This is Craig McMillan bashing him for a 6, a very flat sort of speed, not much air on the ball. Compare his natural speed on the left here, Such, with Daniel Vettori. Just look how high Daniel Vettori's ball goes. His stock delivery is very high, whereas Such is much flatter and much more predictable. He doesn't vary his pace nearly as much.
Oh, what's that missed? How is it missed? Unbelievable. Could have gone through. Oh, beautifully timed. Just leant on it. The big heavy bat meets the ball absolutely perfectly.
There he goes. He was always going to look in that offside area. And it's a successful chip rather than a perfectly timed strike.
And there we see it. Hardly a thing has happened all day. And just when you're calling it a good track, you get one of those. There's a couple of that went along the ground, but this one has really jumped off a length. Very awkward for Chris Cairns.
That is a lovely shot. Seemed to make it look so easy. This hasn't been a pitch where you can hit the ball on the up. Hasn't bothered Craig McMillan in the slightest.
Super shot. It really is a good shot. Oh, well, the captain, who really wanted to set the example there, that was the best chase of the day.
It's the 50 partnership between Cairns and McMillan. That'll be 4. And Headley puts his hands on his knees in despair, slipping one down the leg side. It takes Craig McMillan to a 50, and the most entertaining one it's been.
Well, a big shout here, huge shout down the leg side. Such is adamant. Reid was confident.
We may see the ball has run across the face of the bat. Rather than being a thin snick, it's a thick snick.
Oh, that's unbelievable stuff. That really is. Great moments in sport. Well, there'll be a deliberation here between the umpires. They may decide about the fate of whether McMillan will pick up a cheap boundary here or not. Well, David Shepherd is saying, did his arm go over? Well, there was for me, 2 bits of contact there. Didn't carry through to Mark Ramprakash. It was mighty close.
Well, pad and glove, I'd say.
Yes, those closing moments of the day were not without incident. It finished with New Zealand 399 for 6. Craig McMillan unbeaten with 58 and Chris Cairns unbeaten with 29. It is a very good batting performance down the list. 39, 83, 38, 101, 20, 58, 10, 29. Consistent stuff from the New Zealanders. Caddick has 2 wickets. Headley has 1. Such has 3. It was tough going for the England bowlers. That is the lead for New Zealand. Exactly. Fifth ball of the first over. Andrew Caddick is bowling to Craig McMillan and commentating Ian Smith and Richie Bennett.
.400 up for New Zealand into the 132nd over of the innings. Someone will fetch it. Very good, solid strike.
That's gone so flat. Really has. It's rocketed off the bat.
Millen's gone again, but this time it's only an ordinary mundane 4. That was just a gentle little dab. The one thing this will show to the England players is that there's nothing wrong with the pitch. Ramprakash. And another Dorothy.
Now the question is, I'm sure Philip Tufnell's wondering too, which is the one that, which number delivery is Chris Cairns going to come looking?
Well, Tufnell's trying to lob the ball into the rough stuff. In theory, that works when batsmen are attacking you. It's not much good when they're defending because they can play with their pads. But if you can lob it into that spot, that rough stuff, and if you've got the breeze that might allow you to drift towards the pads, then spin back, then you're in with a chance.
Well, this is a great little battle, this. I think even Tufnell's enjoying it because Cairns is having a few problems getting at him.
Got him. Well, Tufnell's enjoying it more now. Cairns was going to demolish him, but Tufnell has stuck at it. He's worked to his plan, and it does only work when the batsman's attacking you. Cairns has gone out for 41, and very good 41 too.
There's only a yard in it, but the yard was in Tufnell's favour, and the elevation was probably the problem for Chris Cairns. Hit it too high, and it came down just a yard or two short there. Safe hands of Andy Caddick. There's relief there on those England faces. Cairns goes for 41, or 25 for 7.
The new batsman, Dion Nash, is Andrew Caddick.
Over.
Just about a foot or so outside of his ground. And therefore the bumper will get to him a foot or so quicker. Hasn't been easy to score off Andrew Caddick in the last few overs, and one of the reasons is the length that he's bowled. A couple of maidens in a row. In fact, the last 5 overs have only cost him 6. That's the line. That is the bowling. It's exactly it. There's a bit of spin. The batsman can't be certain of the ball at all.
one of the reasons is that it's away from him. He's got to go after it. Another fielder on the offside. Encourage the batsman to play strokes outside off stump. Be prepared to give it a bit of air.
There's a big breeze. He's going to be bowling down breeze, Peter Such, and he does bowl quite flat anyway. I'd perhaps like to see Tufnell at that end, bowling down breeze, and then Such using the breeze to drift them away from the right-hander. That's his most effective weapon.
That's a good shot. He's got that away. That'll test Graham Thorpe. He's after it. And it's just done him. It's the 450 up for New Zealand. Another fine shot by Craig McMillan. Graham Hicks on the drive. And he's fielded that one beautifully. Good hands, Graham Hick.
Yeah, slight change of tactics. I think he's going to bowl a little bit fuller, inviting the drive. He's going to try and get him caught by Graham Hick in that area. He realises it's not turning that much, so he's going to try and use the flight to defeat the batsman, get him on the drive. Really good piece of fielding there by Graham Hick.
And Nash has taken up the challenge. He's got it over mid-on. Mike Atherton chasing. He won't get there. That's a points victory to Dion Nash.
Yes, but only just. I don't think Peter Such will be disappointed with that. It didn't come out the middle of the bat, and it just cleared Mike Atherton. He swings it hard, Dion Nash, gives himself every opportunity of getting it over the top, but that's what the bowler wants.
Good use of the feet by McMillan. Alex Stewart, oh, just pulling it in at long off. They get back for 3, though.
This is why he's so hard to bowl to, Craig McMillan. Very positive use of the feet. That was the flight to delivery. He spotted it straight away and he was down the track.
Oh, it's missed everything. It's going to be 4 byes.
Nothing going right for England. He's actually come back, and again Chris Reed caught with the legs apart there a little bit. This is very cheeky. Quite inventive. Real one-day shot from Dion Nash. Premeditated. He's seen the gap down at fine leg. Nice flight to delivery. Oh, that's cheeky.
That's a good shot. Nash has got that through extra cover. Such over pitching, bowling with a bit too much width. Dion Nash showing he's a very capable batsman.
Yeah, that's a 50 partnership too, and this is one of the difficulties when you're bowling with a strong breeze at your back.
He's got him. Great catch, Andy Caddick at mid-off. That was hit very hard by Dion Nash. Used his feet. Another wicket to Peter Such. Congratulations to Andy Caddick.
Yes, and well deserved by Peter Such. He's been probing outside the off stump. Nash down the track. I think in the end got too close to it, but he wanted to hit it over the top initially when he left the crease. 476 for 8.
Chris Harris, the new batsman for New Zealand. That's left-handed.
He's just drifted it down the leg side to get him off the mark.
He's done very well there, Chris Harris. He's got that very fine. A little stumble by Mark Ramprakash allows Harris to pick up 3. That's a big shout. Shake of the head by David Shepherd.
I'd like to see that again. I reckon that's pretty close. He's not turning it a long way, Peter Such, and he's bowled from reasonably close to the stumps. That's not all that far away.
Well, there's been a lot of innovations in modern day cricket. That, I should imagine, is just about the most frustrating for a bowler. Wasn't a bad delivery to a right-hander. He's done it again. He's on 96. It's just a question of whether Butcher can cut it off. It'll need a bit of adjudication, I would think.
No!
And a very clever dive. Now, what extra chaos do you think we can get into one ball? On 96, reverse sweep. Butcher sliding into the rope. He may still get 4 for it. I would think he's gone to 3 figures. He has. And umpire Shepherd has signalled forward. But Craig McMillan has made a century. I'm not surprised. Harris hasn't quite known what to do out there after all the other stuff that's been going on. He's been an interested watcher from the other end, and now he's an interested walker back to the pavilion.
This is a perfect bowling to a left-hander, pitching in the rough, and this turn, Miles hit him on the middle stump.
Harris goes for 3, 487 for 9. Daniel Vettori.
Clever bowling by Peter. This looked a dropped catch to me.
I can give you a little snickometer. This was the one that had the ball fly to Graham Hick. Hick had slipped, so it's just gone past the edge of the bat. I think that's the bat hitting the ground with a little bit of dust coming up.
4 more runs were added before lunch, and then came the declaration during the lunch interval. That is the New Zealand card. It started well, and it stayed very good all the way down the list. 100 for Nathan Astle. He was back to his very best. Thrilling stroke play all around the wicket. And 107 unbeaten for Craig McMillan, who confirmed the immense promise he has as a gifted stroke player. 41 for Chris Cairns. He played an important part in that performance. That is a very, very big and daunting score for England to contend with. The England bowlers, Andrew Caddick, 39 overs, a marathon performance, 2 for 112. Dean Headley, 31 overs, 1 for 115. He was inconvenienced by a shoulder problem. Philip Tufnell, 46 overs, 12 maidens, 2 for 111. And the 4th English bowler to get the 100 up was Peter Such, 41 overs, 11 maidens, 4 wickets for him. A good, consistent and professional performance. No wicket for Graham Hick or for Mark Butcher. That's the situation of the game at lunch. England, 199. New Zealand, 496 for 9 declared. 297 runs ahead, New Zealand. That is a powerful position indeed. We've got a big advantage for England, indeed, a mountain to climb if they are to save this game. We're going to pick up play now with Dion Nash bowling to Michael Atherton. In the commentary box, Dermot Reeve and Ian Smith.
Fine shot, Atherton's away. Victorian pursuit, he's not going to get it. Oh, well, he does so well. Pulls it back. I think the umpires will want to have a little look at this, though. Good shot by Atherton through extra cover. And the question here is, did Vettori touch the rope as he made contact with the ball? And I think definite contact with the rope there. Very close indeed. England safely through the first 2 overs, but only just.
Good piece of bowling, and they can expect more of that on the evidence of the first innings.
Well, that was a beauty from Chris Cairns. Bouncing and leaving Butcher.
Well, this did tend to make pace off the pitch for me anyway. It really fizzed off.
Great shot. No mid-off in place. Mark Butcher beautifully into that off drive. That's through the gap. That'll be 4 more. Not quite as confident a shot as the previous beautiful off drive.
It's gone past Atherton again. Now what the New Zealand slip cordon may have to do, led by Adam Perori, is just take a step or two forward here. Because it's now 3 times he's gone past the outside edge and not carried. Once he has edged it to Astle at second slip, no carry.
He's down to third man again. He's going England's way in this brief period. That's a big shout. He's gone. Butcher's been adjudged LBW. He's very disappointed. Nash has struck.
Bounce is the key. Lack of here. He's gone back to a delivery that has kept wickedly low on him. It's hurried through and he's gone. Very good umpire David Shepherd. Made no mistake there. It's 19 for 1.
Alex Stewart, the new batsman for England. He's at the non-strikers end. That slower ball again. I'll tell you what, that was a good one. That was quick. Not sure what that hit. It's been given as runs. Russell Tiffin has adjudged that to hit the bat or hit the gloves.
And Dion Nash is exasperated. He finds that impossible to believe. Alex Stewart just reckons it was a really good leave. Daniel enjoyed it, didn't we all? It was much more difficult for England to take the singles in the first innings. It was much more difficult for them to hit boundaries as well. Big shout. David Shepherd isn't interested. There was probably a noise, might have been a shirt sleeve.
On this occasion, David Shepherd deemed that Mike Atherton didn't get a touch on it. Just flicked his thigh pad or the bottom part of his jumper.
That is a lovely bit of bowling from Cairns. That really spat up at Stewart. And Stewart played it pretty well. You need some luck as an opening batsman. You can't expect to hit everything in the middle of the bat when the new ball's jagging around. Brilliant stuff. Just caned it. One thing about Stewart is if he looks to play a stroke, he's fully committed to it. I think that has hit to Bell at short leg. It must have done. I thought Atherton got hold of it quite well. Might have even been the back of the head. That is nasty. You've got a helmet on, but it doesn't mean you don't get a delayed reaction sometimes from shock as much as from the impact. It's hit his hand. Wasn't he's looking at his helmet, but it was certainly the hand, was it?
Yeah, ricocheted onto his hand as his hand went up to his face to stop it crashing into his helmet.
Here's Nathan Astle. Won't bother the New Zealanders at all. Gets a few ironic cheers from spectators round the ground. That is the 50 for England. 13 overs and a little bit have gone. And 1 wicket is lost.
Mind you, if you're going to be waiting for something from which you might score, that's going to be round about the ideal ball. Nudge, won't go to the boundary, but it was only a defensive stroke. And I would say that they bat to around about 4 tomorrow, then they're in with a chance of saving it.
There's that one that drifts down the leg side, but he's got it away beautifully, Alex Stewart. It'd be a rush for Chris Cairns, and he might have just cut it off. That's great work, real commitment in the field, and that gives the bowlers and the fielders a lift. Lots of applause from his captain.
Well, they'll have to have a look at that with the third umpire, but irrespective of the answer, it's a wonderful piece of fielding. He's got it there. It just depends what's happening with his back leg. He's managed to give it a swallow dive. Thank you very much. Short from Dion Nash, dealt with by Alex Stewart. Bit of a loosener, but still a very good shot. Partnership between Atherton and Stewart. Mark Butcher the man out. 19 to Atherton, 34 to Stewart. Here's Dermot Reeve, our analyst.
Thanks very much, Richie. Just comparing the two stances and first movements of Alex Stewart and Mike Atherton. Alex Stewart has a big first movement back and across. This is when Nathan Astle was bowling, so Adam Parori was stood up. And just have a check of Stewart's movement. It's bigger than Atherton's. Atherton stands still. And then as the ball comes down, as you can see, Atherton gets a bigger stride in. Stewart only about a foot out of the crease there.
Oh. A real afterthought of a shot, that one. He's going to let it go.
Yes, much too full. He's done him in the flight here. I think Mark Atherton had thought that was going to be a lot shorter.
They all count. Don't knock anything. Parori's raised half an eyebrow. Umpire Shepherd has said byes.
That's well played. Once or twice in his career, Michael Atherton has got into trouble playing the hook stroke, particularly in match-saving situations where he's been forced into the mistake and got caught down a long leg. He was in pretty good control of that one. That is smart batting. That is all about hitting the ball at the right moment. It's given everybody huge pleasure. The best of the former England captain in that shot.
Three more runs added before the tea interval. England 98 for 1, fighting very hard and not compromising themselves in attack either. Stewart unbeaten with 43, Atherton with 35. They both did well. The one wicket there for New Zealand taken by Dion Nash. We're going to pick up play now in the final session of play. It's the fourth ball after tea. Daniel Vettori is bowling to Michael Atherton. In the commentary box, James Whittaker and also Ian Smith.
Down. Sharp chance, standing very close at slip, Nathan Astle. Short time to react. There was an opportunity. England's 100 is posted with a bit of luck.
Well, a sharp chance offered by Michael Atherton from a flashing blade.
Watch is on the wrist to start with of Nathan Astle. And now it's off. It's small bickies compared to the drop chance. Oh, how's that missed? That has gone inside the bat of Atherton. Must have almost shaved the top of off stump.
Beautifully bowled by Chris Harris. Rolls his fingers across the seam of the ball.
And again.
Exact replica. Two balls absolutely identical.
It's a very good shot. This occasion, Atherton waited and picked up 4 runs. This morning we saw Philip Tufnell go over the wicket to Cairns and try and use the footmarks. Vettori is looking to do a similar thing here to Stewart. And tell you what, almost paid dividends.
Inventive Vettori over the wicket. Look at the amount of turn he gets on that delivery.
Well, a big shout here. May have brushed something the New Zealanders believe. Certainly not gloves, certainly not bats in the eyes of David Shepherd.
Vettori comes over the wicket to get those footholds hit. No, on that occasion the ball's just gone at the broad chest of Alex Stewart.
Oh, gee whiz, damn nice.
This is good bowling. Look at the turn on that. It must be only millimetres away from the outside of Alex's bat.
Oh, that's very close indeed. There's no shot here. Was it doing too much?
Well, umpire David Shepherd was just having a bit of a yawn.
It's probably spinning too much this in the end. It does pitch in the right place on leg stump. That's a good shot. Waited for it and hit on top of the bounce.
And that could be out. Very, very close, and he's given him. Mike Atherton is not happy, but David Shepherd just gives him the nod. my first feeling was that perhaps it had just got him on the gloves. Mike Atherton is livid.
That definitely looks as if it only hit the arm and not the glove.
Yes, I think that was the arm only. Astle is convinced.
And straight after that, would you believe it, Mike Atherton could only have been halfway up the stairs to the dressing room. The players came off for rain. That was 4:37, and then play was abandoned at 6:25. So that was a bad loss to what effectively was the last ball of the day. 118 for 2. Stewart is there, unbeaten with 47, but Butcher and Atherton have gone. The New Zealand bowlers, well, steady again. You've got to say they bowled pretty consistently in this series. 8 overs, number 39 for Chris Cairns, 1 for 26 for Dion Nash from 10. He got Butcher, none for Astle in those 3 overs. 13.2 overs, 1 for 17. Daniel Vettori bowled with a lot of skill out there, and Harris 9 overs, none for 15. England 199 and 118 for 2. New Zealand 496 for 9. We wondered if we'd get play here on the final day. Good news, we're going to, and almost immediately as well. Things will get underway at 2 o'clock. Let's remind you
that now. Get on with the job in hand. Daniel Vettori is going to start things off. He's bowling at Graham Thorpe.
It's a start for Alex Stewart. And, little nurdle around the corner down to fine leg has brought up his half-century.
Applause from the balcony. And they're making as much noise as they can to congratulate their man out in the middle. Very muted celebration by Alec.
Mentioning the value of experience, Alex Stewart has now made 32 half-centuries in Test cricket.
Dak Ahmed, Pakistan leg spinner, he kicked the ball away, came up onto his glove, and he was caught at silly point.
Nice, Dan.
That's the one Victoria will be trying to get through Stewart. He'll get the drift, and it'll be his top spinner. And
he's got that one away. Vettori short and wide, and it's gone all the way to the boundary. Alex Stewart's second for the morning. Push England on to 127 for 2, just 170 behind now.
Right-hander Alex Stewart. They're all valuable runs. May not seem so at the moment because there's a long way to go in the game, but the runs, any runs that are accrued and given are very valuable. I was starting off to say that that was 4 runs to England there, but it's been called a dead ball. That was a very good shot in the end. For one moment, Thorpe, I think, wondered if he was there and able to get over the top of the ball for the drive. It was well bowled also by Vettori. Good cricket all round.
Graham Thorpe advancing to the pitch of the ball. Fortunate also for Alex Stewart's acrobatics.
That is the point about having your wits about you through the whole of the day. Big shout. That would have just missed off stump. That'll be the thought in David Shepherd's head. Alternatively, it would have just hit him outside the line of off stump. was very close.
It's very well bowled, and it was indeed very close. But as you can see, Graham Thorpe's just managed to his left leg just outside the line of off stump.
When the news came through that their captain had stood down from the job. Nicely played, great balance. Often the sign of someone playing well is how balanced they are when they attack.
When it's controlled, it's balanced, it's wristy. He's waited beautifully for the ball to arrive to him. Let it come very close. Perfect example of a clip off the legs through mid-wicket. Very good shot from Alex Stewart. Trademark Stewart back foot cover drive. Stays on the ball, stays tall, lets the ball comes to him.
Deny the New Zealand captain, deny the bowlers, fielders, try and take them out of the game. And that helps to do it as well. Full toss, no matter what the situation is, those have got to go.
Good afternoon, Ian. Good afternoon, everyone. I think if England save this test match, it'll do good for their confidence for the test match at Lord's, and that's Graham Thorpe's game. Positive. Going after shots, waiting for the bad ball, or making it to a bad ball.
Slip in a galley, a backward point. No one in front of the wicket square. And the 50 partnership comes up between Thorpe and Stewart.
Because he was doing keeping, opening the batting. And he was captain, so he's mentally very tough guy.
Just prior to the Lord's Test, Alex Stewart was bleeding profusely from the back. That many knives out. Oh, fine cricket shot. Magnificent shot from Thorpe. Absolute beauty.
As you can see, it's a difficult shot to play when especially the ball is turning and hitting the rough. It's again got to do with the balance.
24 behind, scoring at such a good rate, England. But, if they can carry on in this vein. Once again, loose ball, and it's been suitably punished. Most, I'd say, substantial batting effort of the series. Oh, yes. Beautifully placed and timed.
It's just fraction shot, and he's in such good nick now.
Supple enough at his work in the field. Certainly the batting was obviously good as well. .181 for 2, going along very nicely indeed. And 2.66 runs per over at the moment, England, for this second innings. Compare that with the first innings effort, which was a fairly dour 1.82. The camps are a little happier, I would imagine. those inside and those sitting outside. Just detect a little bit of drizzle there. In fact, it's more than just a little bit of drizzle. Umpires Shefford and Tiffin have said, just getting a bit steady, lads. Let's make a bit of a run for it. So the England batsmen lead the charge by about 70 metres. And the New Zealand fielders will follow at a distance. And I'm sure they're a little downcast too, the New Zealand fielders, because those two men have done such a great job for England. Through to 83 and hit 12 fours in the course of that innings. Atherton and Butcher, the men dispatched yesterday by the New Zealand bowlers. But 181 for 2 now. Things are looking a little bit rosier here in the land of the red rose. The New Zealand bowlers, Cairns has been used today, Vittori has been used today, and Harris. No Nash, which is a bit of a surprise, no Astle. Vittori has created half chances, but nothing substantial at all. He's got a little bit of spin and bounce, a little bit of variation from the pitch, but nothing that has really troubled either Thorpe or Stewart. It's been tremendous performance by the English duo. 199 in the first innings seems such a long time ago when you consider the form that they have achieved this time around. New Zealand 496 for 9, 181 for 2 then England. Stewart on 83, and with him is Graham Thorpe on 25, and looking in such good nick. They're now 116 runs behind England, but they'll be overjoyed in the dressing room. They haven't lost a wicket today. They'll also be slightly happy, I guess, at the sight of the covers going on here at Old Trafford, because once again we have some light drizzle.
Right, back here at Old Trafford, we have some news for you. I'm afraid to say that this test match has been abandoned. The rain hasn't relented, and it's no great surprise that things have been called off. England have saved it then. 181 for 2 they were, with Stewart and Thorpe unbeaten. We'll take a short break, be back here in a moment or so. Soon after, the match was abandoned, and Craig McMillan was the choice of Ian Botham as the man